Hi, Maddie.
So I asked Raymond this question, but I'm curious to get your thoughts on it. How do you balance letting some of these young guys play through their mistakes, but also address issues and stop games during the game?
How do we balance which?
Letting young guys play through their mistakes,
Uh-huh.
but then also when the mistakes are mounting,
Yeah.
trying to win the game, have to either
Yeah.
the better players, or how do you balance that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question. I think the first thing we can do is clean up some of the basic stuff as a group. I don't think that has, everything to do with the young guys. It's the whole group, so everybody right now is, shooting a little quickly, not getting back in transition, fouling too much. So, if it were just our young guys doing all that, then that would be, something we'd really have to entertain, but it's all of our guys. So as soon as we tighten up things as a team, then I think we'll have a better ability to kind of sift through what's what and find the best formula.
Casey, I'm guys, the Warrior writers are probably so tired of this question. So I apologize.
If you think the writers are tired of it, what about me? Just a thought. Just a thought. Yeah.
How do you try to make sure that it's not, okay, on day 11 of the season we'll say this, on day 14 of the season we'll say this? How have you mixed it up with this group, trying to keep some freshness to the message?
Well, I think, there's different things you do. You add to your roster. You bring in new guys for new life. You bring in new coaches. I've never been a big motivational speech guy, so I don't have to worry too much about giving the same rah-rah speech when it's the message all year is pretty consistent about what we're trying to accomplish. And we just try to provide our guys a really good space to come in and work and have fun and get better and just do that over and over again. And as long as they're enjoying the process and getting something out of it, then I don't think it comes back to, words or speeches or anything like that. Biggest thing we're trying to do, John, is connect the game at both ends. And you say it, the offense leads to good defense leads to good offense. And it's true. We had a 10-point lead in Detroit the other night, took two quick shots. One was an insane shot, not a quick shot. It was an insane shot. And it led to, I think, 4 or 5 straight points for Detroit. All of a sudden, instead of executing and getting a young team down by 14, it's a 5-point game and they've got a little confidence. And, the same thing is true at the other end. If we can stop fouling, then we're more likely to develop a flow and create better offensive possessions. So right now, I said it the other night, it just feels a little bit like a pickup game. I don't think we've played with a lot of purpose, and we really have to try to connect the offense and defense and build some momentum that way.
I know it's been a little bit of a uneven start for Jonathan, but just kind of bigger picture, what stands out to you as the way you can use
Jonathan's been great. He's been, we've spent a lot of time together since camp started, and he's been very coachable. He listens. He works really hard. The biggest thing is he just needs more time, and not just game reps, but practice reps and experience in the NBA game. And I think for any young player, these things take time, but especially for young guys who haven't played a ton in college, the NBA game, you're going to see a lot of patterns and different sets that, most teams run. And there comes a point where a young guy starts to see that pattern before it actually happens. But until that time, you're reacting and you're late. So if you're not there before the play starts, if you can't recognize it early, then you're late and then you're fouling. And that's what's happening with a lot of our young guys right now. A little bit. Yeah. Couple minutes.
When you heard what happened in Brooklyn today, what was your reaction?
Well, Steve Nash is a good friend of mine. So more than anything, I feel for Steve, and I think he has all the qualities to be a brilliant coach. Brilliant. But it was a good reminder to me, and I think to all coaches, that we are all at the whim of players, front offices, ownership. You really need a solid situation in which to thrive as a coach in this league. Eric's got one here. I've got one in Golden State. We're really lucky. You throw either one of us in that situation, we wouldn't have done any better than Steve. And that's the truth. As a really good friend of mine, I feel bad for Steve, but I also know that if he ever wants to get back in this thing, he could be great. Just needs a more stable environment. All right. Thanks.